Lion King. I'm doing a movie review on Lion King. These folks wanted me to do Lion King versus Lion King. Okay, Lion King 1994 versus Lion King 2019. I don't care. Okay, I'm going to be really blunt. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's me, Ohemaa MaMokowa, aka Queen MaMokowa. And if you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. Of course, if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much. Oh, actually, if you are new, I think you should go ahead and subscribe. Oh, and hit the notification bell. That way, whenever there is a new video, you will be notified. I gotta give a shout out to the people who voted for Lion King, especially my girls, Aloma and Tanasia and Chelsea and Capri and Scylla and Sin and Talina and Sabrina. Thank you so much. Y'all better not get me in trouble for this. Lion King. I'm doing a movie review on Lion King. These folks wanted me to do Lion King versus Lion King. Okay, Lion King 1994 versus Lion King 2019. I don't care. Okay, I'm going to be really blunt. Like, why? Okay, Lion King 1994, and the reason why I'm using the years is so that, you know, it doesn't cause any confusion. Lion King 1994 is a classic. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, you know, I guess for me, it's like the childhood memories, or even, you know, like as far back as 10 years ago, or as recent as 10 years ago, when I was back at my mom's place, and, you know, it would always come on ABC Family like every other month or like every other week. And I would just, you know, I would just watch it. I'm like, I don't care if I've seen it over 100 times. I'm going to watch this movie. I'm going to watch this animated movie because it is a classic. It is that good. It has aged very well. The voice acting, the 2D animation. I miss 2D animation. Like 3D animation is cool, but I miss 2D animation. It's just, it was so beautiful and colorful, and like the soundtrack, like when it starts, I get chills. And even when, you know, it finishes with the circle of life and then boom, you see the Lion King in red. It's just, and then, you know, like you have Whoopi voicing as Shenzi, and you had Ed's laugh. You had, pretty much, you had the king and the queen of Zamunda. You don't know what I'm talking about? That's Coming to America. You had James Earl Jones, and oh my goodness, I wish I could remember the woman's name. May she rest in peace. You pretty much had both of them. And even though they didn't use Jason Weaver because he was baby Simba, even though they should have used him, but you know, that's no shade towards Jonathan, Home Improvement boy. The soundtrack, the animation, the pacing, it was just so good. It was just so good. And like, you know, it has made 1994. The box office is almost $1 billion. And I did check because I was just curious. Like, to me, I'm not really big on numbers when it comes to movies that I love. Like, if I love a movie, I love a movie. Like, Frozen surpassed it, and I was like, but why? And I've seen Frozen, and I was still like, but why though? So numbers don't really matter to me. If something is a good movie, it is a good movie. And sometimes it takes some people a while to realize this movie is actually really good. Why did we not go and see it when it came out? But I saw it when it came out. I had like the book where you could press the little, I know, I'm showing my age, but yeah, that's how big of a Disney kid I was and am, because I'm still, a bit of a Disney kid. So that should have remained untouched. When I found out that they were doing a live remake, I was like, but why? Why? Like, was it necessary? And it was like, okay, we have James Earl Jones and Seth Rogen and Keegan-Michael Key. Oh my goodness, and then we have, Beyonce Giselle Carter Knowles, and I was still just like, I don't know. Because if you know, Beyonce's not a good actress. I love Beyonce. She's one of my favorite artists of all time. She's one of the best performers of all time. But acting is not it for her. Her voice acting was okay in this movie. Like, I went in with an open mind, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's a remake. So if you're saying something is a remake, you're giving people the opportunity to compare it to something. So, first off, they didn't have Ed. Ed was replaced by, I can't even remember the hyena's name. But it was like, like little things like that, like Ed's laugh was missing.
It's not funny, Ed.
And like when Mufasa, like earlier in the beginning, when Mufasa and Sarabi, they both woke up really early because, Simba was being, playful little cub. Like, Dad, wake up, you promised me. And, Sarabi's, Mufasa is like, before sunset, he's your son. And he was pretty much like, Dad. And he gave him a look. And I don't even think that was in the 2019 version. So it's like, yes, it's a remake. You want to put your own spin on it. But it's just like certain classic things should have been there. And like certain scenes were just dragging on much longer. It's like, is it even necessary? Like, y'all gave Nala y'all made her role bigger than it was supposed to be. And I get it. Like, I do love how, her and Shenzi, like they had their fighting scene. And she was like, what is it that she said? She said something like, lions, you ready? I was like, that is so Beyonce. I was like, Nala is just Beyonce as a lion. Which, like I said, is no shade. I just found that interesting. I feel like the hyenas didn't talk a lot, and I feel like in the cartoons, they talked a little bit more. They had more personality, and like the voice acting to me was okay. But I was so here for baby Simba and baby Nala. Like, I loved that. Like, that was the favorite part to me. That was, besides James Earl Jones and Alfre Woodard, that was my favorite part when, like the kids were being playful and they had their moment. I really liked that. Like, their voice acting was great. Their singing was great. Donald Glover was okay. He wasn't horrible, but I don't know. It was just okay. He was okay. Beyonce was okay. I also feel like when you have comedians in a movie, I don't know if they were allowed to improv that much, because I feel like if they were, it probably would have been funnier. Like, it didn't seem like they had a lot of funny moments. And even like, the scene, the classic scene before Mufasa dies, like that seemed like it was dragging along, and it wasn't horrible. it's not the classic. Like, yeah, it's made over 1.6 billion. It's made almost double the original. I'm not mad about it, but I'm just like, I guess I'm trying to understand why, but I think I know why. And I'm not going to say what the movie is, because if you've seen the movie, then you know the plot of the movie, the premise of the movie. So this is just me giving my review, because obviously I did watch them back to back. Oh, there was a part that I thought was kind of funny where, you know, Simba returned from Simba returned from wherever it is that he was. He returned to Pride Rock, him and Nala. And Pumbaa was like, how are you going to get their attention? And Simba was like, live bait. And literally, like, they all look at him. Like, Nala, Simba, Zazu, and Timon, they all look at Pumbaa. And he was like, why are you guys looking at me? So, you know, like that was kind of funny. Like, they did have some funny moments. And that was fine. And then I actually liked the fight scene. I did like it. I liked the fight scene. I loved Chiwetel Ejiofor as Scar, even though I feel I love Jeremy Irons as Scar, but you know, Chiwetel did a good job as well. And then, you know what, when they added the antelope, like the antelope talked in this one, and you know that this was Simba being playful, and the antelope was like, I'm gonna go, because the antelope was Simba's prey, but he didn't know. And you know, Timon and Pumbaa pretty much like, that's prey. So little things like that were cool, but I feel like they should have allowed certain classic things. I know I've already said it, but I'm gonna say it again. Certain classic things that were in the 1994 version, they should have had it in the 2019 version. For instance, like, I could barely see Mufasa in the sky. And like how they did it in 94 was so dope. Like, you know, like the clouds formed the lion. And I get it's a heavily CGI movie. I get it. But I'm like, I could barely make out Mufasa in the sky. And, you know, like, but before he disperses, he's like, remember. And Simba is running through the grass. He wasn't even running through the water, but this one, you know, they had it to where he was near water, but okay. He was running in the grass trying to chase his dad. Like, you know, don't leave me. Dad, don't go. Don't leave me. And it was like, in this one, it was just like, don't leave me again. Just like, that was it. Like, I had a lot of moments in the 2019 version, like, that was it. So, I actually don't have anything bad to say about the 94 version. I'm not even being biased. I just really don't have anything negative to say. Okay, well, other than that, you know, infamous Simba just plops down and it forms the word sex. I think it says sex. I'm like, okay, that's something that I caught later on. I didn't catch that when I was watching it when I was younger. I don't think I was paying attention to that. But I've seen so many videos and it's like, it's kind of making that out, and it's kind of like, why? Like, the music was great. Be prepared. I was like, oh my goodness. I was getting, you know, chills. And, you know, the hyenas were like, you know, be prepared for what? And then he's like, the death of the king. And they're like, no king, la 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 la. And they're like, and he's like, idiots. and then they're like, but you said no king. It was just, that wasn't in the 2019 version. Like I said, I get it's a remake, but if certain things make a movie, you want to put those classic moments in there. It's okay to change it. Oh, I have one more thing. How are you guys gonna sing Can You Feel the Love Tonight, but it's daytime? That confused me. I'm like, is it gonna fade tonight? And it was daytime. I'm like, and then this one, like, they just put their heads down. I was like, what is this? They did not make this for me. They did not make this for us 80s, 90s babies. This was not for us. This was for Generation X, Y, Z, whatever. It was for them because just certain things that made the movie in 94 were not in there. Now the singing in the beginning, like Circle of Life, I loved that. I think they used an African woman. I know that they used an African. Now that one was just as good as the version in 94. That gave me chills. I loved that. Now I'm gonna say, now I'm gonna come to my conclusion. The two things that I have that are not really big are that they shouldn't have had the leads forming the word sex, and Jason Weaver, because once again, no shade towards Jonathan, Home Improvement boy. Jason Weaver should have done the singing and the voice acting, but nonetheless, you know, he did a great job singing. All the voice actors in that movie were awesome. They were great. The 2019 version, boy, I wasn't here for the CGI. The CGI wasn't horrible. Actually, hold on. For the most part, they were close. They were pretty close to what the 94 version was. You know, certain parts they made their own. Like when Nala was pretty much talking to her fellow lionesses, and, you know, telling them, you know, this is what we're gonna do, all that kind of stuff. Even though, you know, it's like Sarabi was the one who had more of a role, but, you know, it was Beyonce. So they had to give Nala a bigger role than she had in 94. Not to say Nala didn't have a role in 94. She did. But they made her role a little bit bigger, and I understand why. I get it. So, I mean, again, there were some interesting moments. They still kept certain things. I don't like that the lions couldn't emote, but then again, it was CGI. It's a heavily CGI movie. So, you know, I guess, I don't know why they replaced Ed, because Ed was one of the characters. Yes, he was a minor character, but he made it funny. And I feel like they didn't really give Sarabi. Why did y'all try to make Scar and Sarabi a thing? That wasn't what was going on in 94. Y'all made it seem like, oh, well, let's try to make it to where Scar is trying to get Sarabi as his queen. I'm like, is that necessary? Like, that's not necessary. And I get why you guys didn't want to put in, you know, I didn't feel like, you know, the sort of romantic link in there was unnecessary. I do like that Sarabi was actually fighting Scar. I do like that. And I did like the fighting scene. I did like that. And I did like Florence. In case you didn't know, Florence, she's one of the actresses that plays the Dora Milaje. I do like the line that she had right before, you know, they Scar. She was like, well, Scar, you were right about one thing. A hyena's stomach is never full. I did like that line, and then, you know, they did their thing. At the end, when they had, you know, their beautiful, you know, baby lion, the little cub, in the cartoon, it's like, I don't know what they do with the camera, but it's kind of like a similar thing to what they do with Simba in the beginning. I don't know, like at the end that didn't, because I was like, oh, that's so cute. Even with this one, I was like, oh, that's so cute. That, you know, like she roared. That was cute or whatever. But I don't know. It's just when they were supposed to like zoom in, or when I felt like they should have zoomed in on certain things, they didn't zoom in. It was just like they just, you know, like let it be there. Like they didn't do the birdie boiler, which I thought was classic. But when Zazu got captured and him and Scar, they had a song that they were singing. I got dum 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 dum. You know, like pretty much when Scar was ready to eat him, not the first time, but like the second time. I don't know. Like I said, it wasn't horrible, but it does not compare to the 94 version. I said Lion King 2019 does not compare to the 1994 version. It was not horrible. It was just missing some classic moments, some key moments. It was hard. Sometimes it was hard to be in the moment of some things. It's like you had to really be paying attention. Certain quirks, and it wasn't a lot of improv, and you weren't really able to see Mufasa's face in the clouds. In 94, Rafiki doesn't really talk. But it was like, Rafiki's like, look hard. Like the tone in his voice, you can feel it. But with this Rafiki, it was kind of like, look harder. Like I wasn't really feeling it. So all in all, if you want to watch Lion King 2019, okay. But my recommendation, my preference, my number one choice, Lion King 1994. Yes, it is one of my favorite movies of all time. And after watching 2019, I'm glad I wasn't in a rush to go and see it, because it does not live up to it. It was unnecessary. It wasn't needed. So, okay. So yes, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And hey, just let me know in the comments, do you prefer the 94 classic version or do you prefer the 2019 version? Just let me know in the comments below. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Be optimistic and keep on moving no matter what. Mesdames, Bye.